Hey guys, Icy Cat here. Today Ubisoft came out with some information in their fiscal report letting us know that the new Rainbow Six spin-off game, Rainbow Six Quarantine, is going to be delayed. Initially, this game was expected to be released in this current fiscal year, according to information that was released by Ubisoft earlier last year. However, they've put out their new fiscal report and they've cited that the following games, Watch Dogs Legion, Gods and Monster, and Rainbow Six Quarantine, are now being pushed back to release sometime between April 2020 and April 2021. Now, fiscal years actually break down differently than a calendar year. We think of a calendar year as beginning in January and ending in December, whereas a fiscal year actually revolves around other factors outside of the calendar year itself, so they begin and end in April. When Quarantine was first revealed, it was given information that supported the release of sometime toward the end of the current fiscal year. So that would have been in March 2020 or earlier. Now with this newest information, it will be pushed back until at least April 2020, but possibly all the way up until April 2021, most likely somewhere in between. They say that while each of these games already has a strong identity and high potential, we want our teams to have more development time to ensure their respective innovations are perfectly implemented so as to deliver optimal experiences for players. Now, just in case anybody has been living under a rock and is not aware, Rainbow Six Quarantine is the spin-off from Rainbow Six Siege, which is essentially going to be a single-player and co-op experience. It may or may not have some limited PvP elements to it, we don't really know anything on that, but like how Siege is primarily a PvP game and just has some co-op terrorist hunt and some very minor single-player experience in the situations, this game's focus will be primarily co-op play or single player. As you can see from the only video that we've been given so far of the cutscenes, we do have some familiar faces from Rainbow Six Siege making appearances here with Ela and Vigil and some other characters, and this is essentially the spin-off that evolved from the Outbreak experience that was released for 4 weeks during Operation Chimera. At that time, 3 co-op maps had been released and you could go ahead and play through those. It offered a completely different experience than what you would get in Rainbow Six Siege by default. It had much more story element to it and went even further than Terrorist Hunt did, combining it with kind of like a zombie alien monster horde kind of a concept. Based on the images seen in this video, it looks like that is being rolled out into a full spin-out game maintaining that theme. So this is going to be a Rainbow Six sci-fi kind of a game. This has been received with mixed results. Some people are excited to see this kind of a spin on the game. Other Tom Clancy purists that wanted a single-player campaign experience are a little frustrated that the sci-fi direction is where it's going. But regardless of what you think of this title, it is a new Rainbow Six game that is coming out but has now been delayed from prior to March 2020 to April 2020 or sometime thereafter. This would also explain why we haven't really seen any new news or information, no videos or teasers or anything like that since the game's initial announcement has been made. Ubisoft has been radio silence on this title since that time, and so it should hardly come as a surprise that the game is winding up having a delay announced. Now, of course, any other news and information that comes out regarding Quarantine, I will be sure to cover. So if you haven't already, please do like and subscribe. Make sure you click that notification icon so you're alerted as soon as the new info is available. You can also follow me over at IcyCat25 on either Facebook or Twitter. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.